This is my 2008 Hyundai Elantra. Plan on doing a Safari build or Gambler 500 build. So reason number two I'm doing the build with this car is because a lot of times I hear somebody just getting into the car community, it's their first car, all they could afford. And so they start asking like, oh, where can I start building, or what mods would you suggest first? And most of the time what I hear is people telling them to either get a new car or, well, really that's it. They just tell them to get a new car. They tell them to get something with better aftermarket support and to get rid of their car. So with this build, I'm trying to show that with enough research and elbow grease, you can turn something that nobody ever really wants into something a little fun. And don't get me wrong, it's not going to do 800 horsepower or anything like that. A few months ago, I hit a speed bump that was high enough to break part of my exhaust, and so I had to remove the muffler, and I had to replace the pipe underneath my car because the way it broke, the muffler was sagging and like kind of scraping on smaller bumps anymore. So this is what it sounds like without the muffler, and there's like a lot of drone in the cab. I just went on a road trip, so I definitely know. And this is about cruising speed, so there's definitely a lot of drone. I'm going to use this stuff that I've collected from friends' cars, old cars that I've had, junkyard, internet, and I'm going to make a true dual exhaust 4-cylinder because I think that would be kind of interesting to hear. This is the first piece that I'm going to need, and it's a 4 to 2 to 1, I believe, by DNA motor for I think a 99 Tiburon or something. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here where the 2 goes to 1, and then just build back from there. I removed the heat shield and I unplugged the oxygen sensor, so now I just have to remove the bolts and I'll just pull everything out and worry about the oxygen sensor later. Out with the old, in with the new. If you were going to try to do this, I had to cut that off anyway, but there would have been no way to get this in there without removing the radiator fan. Alright, so this is the finished back half. I got 2 cats, 2 resonators, painted it green because you have to embrace the booger welds, but there's no exhaust leaks and it holds together. So there's where the header meets the rest of the exhaust. I do wish I could have put some connection clamps over there because I can't take that part out without taking the radiator out. The next point of connection is right there. I do have catalytic converters. I have to still make the extended wires for the O2 sensor to be able to plug it in here. So I still have it plugged in over there, and it's just giving me a check engine light. I also had a connecting bar here, up there. That one is on its way out. It's disconnected from one of the pipes, so I kind of have to redo that. But there's the 2 resonators, and then it just flows around the exhaust. I put this heat stuff up here because it was kind of rattling right here. I had to take the heat shield out here because it was rattling a lot, and I put this heat barrier up, and it got rid of that issue. I wish I put another disconnect point back here because from there back is all one piece, and it's horrible to try to get it out from underneath the car. So out of all the material I started with, including the factory exhaust, this is all that's left after this project. I was going to use these tips cut them off and weld them on, but I thought that the other ones that I have would be better. Alright, so here's what the cold start sounds like. And here's a couple revs now that it's warmed up. So there's a few things I would have done different if I did it again. Definitely would have had more experience with the welder. It's only been like my second time using it, third time using it. I would have definitely had a straight pipe and a pipe bender, or a duplicate factory exhaust, so that it would be a lot easier to run the factory route, because there's a few spots, especially around where the muffler used to be, that goes around the control arm, that it's like Frankenstein together. So I mean, it's not pretty, but it works. And there's a few things that after driving 2 weeks now with it, that's why those bars broke off, because I've been driving it for 2 weeks. But I would also prefer to put like a muffler on it and just kind of tweak it a little bit so that it kind of sounds the way I want it to sound. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.